Hey guys, DreamEater here, and today we will be reading a creepypasta called Allodoxaphobia. This creepypasta received an 8.3 out of 10 on creepypasta.com with 308 votes casted on this. In my opinion, it's pretty good. But, just let me know what you thought of it, because I think it's really good. But anyway, maybe make sure you subscribe, like, comment, tell me what you liked about this video, and what you didn't like about this video. I'm always looking for that feedback though. Check out my cousin's channel in the description. I'll talk about him more at the end of this video. But alright, let's just get right into this. The Red Cross had been aggressive in the previous few weeks. I felt like every day I would get a phone call soliciting my donation. That was my punishment for surrendering my contact information at my job's blood drive. Truth was, an hour off work was far more alluring than the prospect of helping out or making a difference, as they put it. Karma is ruthless. I answered the first time, not recognizing the number. They always have a unique way of making you feel guilty before they ask, "Thank you for your last donation. The blood you gave saved 3 lives." And after listening to the lady describe the ongoing desperation for more donations, I feigned concern and let her know that I will stop in at some point. When she offers to schedule me an appointment, I awkwardly reply that I am very busy and cannot commit to anything specific. She thanks me in a rehearsed, judgmental tone and hangs up. She called again the next day and left a voicemail, and I ignored the call. I listened to it later in comical disbelief, as it was the same woman as before, yet she was speaking as if we never talked yesterday. I assumed this was a simple mistake. After all, who knows how many calls she had to make a day. But the calls continued, never malicious or unwaveringly pleasant, oblivious that she was leaving the exact same message over and over every single day. Eventually, she started calling from different numbers. I answered the first time and lied, telling her I had already donated earlier in the week. She thanked me and apologized for the oversight in records. The next day she called again, leaving another voicemail identical to all of the others. How dense was this woman? I answered the next phone call and requested that I be removed from the call list. After a momentary sound of fingers tapping on keys on a keyboard, she informed me that my name was out of their database and apologized for the inconvenience, but the calls did not stop. Once a day, around the same time, and never from the same phone, it became routine to simply ignore the call and delete the message without listening to it. Some quick research once yielded that these relentless solicitations were not uncommon, and on rare occasions have resulted in legal action. It seemed a bit much to me. It had gone on for some time before I stumbled upon the emails. As was common practice when signing up for something, I generally felt apathetic about it. I used a junk mail account normally reserved for password retrieval and spam. For every call, they sent me 5 emails, each titled "Sorry we missed you," and each signed simply by Vicky. It wasn't until the point that I realized just how long these calls had been going on. What organization that relies on charity has the amount of resources needed to bother people this much? It felt entirely creepy. I decided to deactivate my email account. When my phone rang the next day, I could have sworn the caller ID read "Mom," but when I answered, it was the Red Cross again, Vicky. In shock, I hung up and checked my incoming call list, relieved to find it was just the most recent in a long list of random numbers. It felt so real though, too real. I called my mother just to be sure. That evening, I sat and weighed my options. The calls needed to stop, but any action beyond doing what I had already seemed like overkill relative to the inconvenience. I could threaten Vicky with the police, but if the calls continued, would I really call the cops on the Red Cross? Changing my number seemed equally absurd. In the end, I decided to swallow my pride. I dialed the last number that she had called me from and waited for Vicky's false politeness to flood my ears. Coincidentally, there was a blood mobile set up in a Walmart parking lot not too far from where I lived. She set me up with an appointment and thanked me for saving lives. even going as far as calling me an angel. For some reason, that word gave me chills. Even if the chills only made the calls go away for a few months, it was worth it. It would at least afford me some sanity so I could find a more permanent solution. As I pulled into the parking lot, I glanced down at my watch. I had arrived 15 minutes early, as if going to a job interview. I had demanded to be the first appointment, which to my dismay had been 7 in the morning. As a consequence, the lot was horrendously abandoned. I parked my car and made my way to the front door of the bus. It looked identical to the one I had been in before, or could have even been the same one. Before I could knock, the door folded open and a short, chubby man with glasses popped out of his head. 7, the sentence had stolen my speech. I only nodded. You're early, but that's okay. Come in and have a seat wherever you like, said the chubby little guy. The bus was set up for multiple people, 8 from my count. So I found the idea that it was only me here unsettling. I immediately regretted the frustration that made me insist on being here so ungodly early. As soon as I sat down, the man reached around me and strapped me to the seat. I shot him an uneasy glance, which he responded with an awful, nasally laugh. It's to keep you from falling out if you pass out. You know, safety precaution. Is this new? I don't remember this at all. Yes, it's new. We wouldn't want you bumping that head of yours. The man was mostly concealed behind a white lab coat. He wore a visor that reminded me of one that a banker would wear in those old westerns. Whenever he leaned in too close, you can smell something awful. Once he laughed, and I could see why. Had the man ever brushed his teeth? Like, Jesus Christ! Like, brush your teeth. Like, you work at the Red fucking Cross. Like, learn some personal hygiene. Like, what the frick? He swabbed my arm with alcohol and swiftly inserted the needle. I watched as my blood worked its way down the tube, below my chair, and then something occurred to me. Don't you need information from me, like if I have any tattoos, or have traveled to Africa or something? What if I'm not healthy enough to give? With men your age, we don't worry too much after testing the first time. I'll get all of your information afterwards. Something didn't seem right with that. Did he forget and was covering his tracks? I rested my head back and let it go. Why make something out of nothing? I felt fine. After a couple minutes, he came back and adjusted something underneath my seat. He stood up. As he stood up, he noticed the scar on my other arm. What happened to your arm? Biking accident when I was really young, I said. He focused on it for a moment, as if taking in every detail. Finally, he responded, oh, that's too bad. Too bad. It's kind of creepy. The man continued to pace the aisle, occasionally stopping to do something under my chair. Eventually, I had started to feel nauseous. How long had it been? I looked down at my watch and it was missing. Had I taken it off? Did I forget it today? I frantically retraced my steps, unable to come to a definite conclusion. Had he taken it? I couldn't just accuse him of swiping a $10 watch. I asked him for the time, and he shrugged and saying he wasn't sure. I felt so tired. Just like I feel right now, reading this story at like 2 in the fubbing morning. He knelt down again, and this time I craned my neck to see what he was doing. I watched in horror as I realized what was happening. He was switching a full bag with an empty one every time. My heart started to race. How many bags has he filled with my blood? I called out to him, surprised at the amount of effort it took. Aren't we done yet? He turned and smiled. You have a very rare blood type, and usually in a case like this, when a donor is healthy enough, we take a double donation. I knew my blood type, and he was lying. With all of my effort, I reached down to pull the strap loose. I don't know how it happened so quickly. I didn't have enough strength to undo the Velcro strap. He watched me struggle for a moment before walking over and seizing my other arm. I screamed, but it did not make him hesitate for a second. We need to get some fluids in you. You do not look well at all. He slid another needle beneath my skin on the other arm. For a brief moment, I thought everything might be okay. But after watching my blood fill the other empty tube, I accepted what was happening. He was bleeding me dry. Oh my god, you're a fucking idiot. You're screwed. You're screwed. Like, what the heck? Why did you think that was a good idea? My eyes struggled to stay open as I clung to consciousness, to life. I heard a knock on the door behind me and tried to yell, but nothing came out. Then I heard the door open and a familiar voice rang through. Are you nearly finished, Vicky? Yes, Yes, we can take the rest later. Anything I should know? Yes, there is some significant scar tissue on his left arm. The skin will have to be processed. That's fine. A little one can use it. Alright, so that creepypasta was pretty good. I know I really sucked at reading it, but I mean, I love that creepypasta. I think it's a really unique concept. It's not like what a lot of people just kind of like rip off a lot of the stuff, my creepypasta, but you know, it was really, I mean, I actually kind of felt, you know, like actually kind of freaked out when they were taking all his blood, but other than that, I mean, it was very well paced. It got to the point very quickly. It wasn't like 1999 where it like dragged out for super duper long, although 1999 is a great creepypasta. You should go and read it. Yeah, I mean, I had lots of fun reading this, you know, I have lots of, dark thoughts and stuff, and, you know, it's a bunch of weird stuff, but, yeah, I mean, like, this guy is, like, fucking stupid, though. Like, he's stupid. Like, how can somebody be so stupid? Like, I don't know. If somebody kept, like, freaking calling me, honestly, I'd just get, like, a freaking new phone. I mean, I only really use my phone for, like, Instagram, so it really doesn't matter to me.
That's the exact same.
What?
It's the exact same thing that I had. It's a different title.
Well, I have my cousin over here. He's antisocial on his phone, texting his girlfriend.
No, I'm trying to find an intro thing to make an intro.
Yeah, I tried to make one for him, but it didn't work. Because he's too fucking lazy to do it himself.
I don't know how to make it.
Why don't you learn? There's an entire internet just waiting to be explored.
Why don't you do it then?
Because I don't. Because I've done so much, Giggity. Okay, I have so much I've done, and so much I've tried, Giggity, that it's unreal, Giggity. Okay, but yeah, it was really fun reading this creepypasta.
But it was.
Personally, I rate this a 9 because I thought it was very, very different from a lot of creepypastas.
9 out of 1,000.
9 out of 10 mainly because it was very different and unique.
Yeah.
There's probably like a lot more that could have gone into the backstory, but other than that, it was a very good creepypasta. And
I personally.
what would you guys rate this one? You know, what would you change? I think there's some few things I would change. Maybe give it a little bit more in-depth backstory, but that's kind of it.
But maybe because, like, he didn't read it with the actual emotion that it was, maybe you should read it for yourself and, like, experience it.
Yeah, if you read it for yourself, it's very different. If you read it yourself, you can,
experience it more.
You can interpret it a little bit better.
Yeah.
Still, though, if you can still get it from readings and stuff. You know, if you're too chicken to go on to creepypasta.com. So, as always, you know, subscribe, like, comment what you liked about this video and what you didn't like. And, you know, I'll just see all you minions later. All you minions, all you little pieces of Pop-Tart. Pop-Tarts. Okay, I think I just got high off my freaking words. Okay, guys. Love you guys. You guys suck. Bye.